I want to ask you about what the best and worst aspect of your life was during your adult film career.
During my adult, the best part was I worked with the best of the best companies. When I mean the best, I can only compare it here with like, it would be the Dharmas, or it would be, those, Yash Raj. Like, that was my world. I worked with the best of the best companies.
Are you allowed to name it?
I don't know.
Companies?
It was Vivid, it was Penthouse, and then, working with just like the best of the best people.
Okay.
And that's just something that materialized as time went by. So I think this idea of having like business and street smarts really helped me out. And for me, it was, you really don't need your whole brain to figure out how this all functions. And I just stuck with it and just was very consistent.
As an intuition used to kick in and used to make your decisions through intuition.
Yeah.
Okay. Like what? Like if you don't like someone, you won't work with them?
No. Oh, not just intuitions, but also it all had to come down to just facts about the company or facts about how things work. I read every single contract. I corrected every single contract so that it would work in my favor. And the companies that I worked with, they would get what they wanted. I also got what I wanted.
Okay.
So it was never a situation where I was being taken advantage of.
Okay. What was the worst aspect of it?
The worst aspect of it? Maybe seeing like some of the other girls' success and how fast it worked. And I had to work maybe harder because I worked at a very slow pace and I wasn't into what, some of the things that were happening around me. Or that wasn't the step that I wanted to take at that moment. And then sitting going, okay, now I gotta, work a little bit harder. But that's my entire life always. I've always had to work twice as hard or 3 times as hard because it gets there where I want it to, but it just takes time.
Even now?
Even now. Yeah, of course.
Okay. I've always wondered this about you because at this point you come off as like really strong. And I know that when someone comes off as this strong, there's been a phase in their life when they were weak. And I'm assuming that this was like your teenage and childhood. But in your porn career phase, were you like very strong on the inside? Do you feel?
Yeah, because I was in complete control.
What do you mean?
Like everything in that entire industry, like I said, I've said this so many times. I don't have any horror stories. I don't have anybody that I worked with that was crazy or weird. I don't have like something that happened that was so hurtful. So in that world, even though my personal life was completely out of control, in this world, I was completely in control. So It worked.
I think in America, anything related to media is hyper organized. Anything related to media.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the case in India.
I think fans are fans and you can't make people like you, right?
Yeah.
So like you were saying earlier about, making YouTube videos and all these different things that in 1 second it can go away. But I feel the opposite. I feel that if you're consistent through so many years, that they're just going to stay with you.
Maybe after a point, you've crossed a certain threshold.
But even when you start any new business as well, it has to be steady. The problem with in business, when growth goes from here to here in minutes or weeks or a few months, the chances of it going like this are higher. The percentage is higher for it to go down just as fast as it went up. But when you go steady, like a little choo-choo train up a mountain, and you slowly go up, you're building and evolving as each level changes.
Yeah.
So
like slow growth creates a very strong base.
Exactly.
And
where
again,
YouTubers and your generation thinks that, okay, it needs to get here because that person got here so fast.
Yeah.
Why is mine not happening? Why are my videos not getting millions and millions of views? Because maybe your brand needs to have that steady growth, but without consistency and persistence with it, because so many people want to just go, okay, this is not for me. It's not working. But if consistency will build that base.
Yeah. It's the big problem with a lot of people my age and a lot of people younger than me. Everyone's very used to Instagram fame and also noticing Instagram fame in their own friend circles.
Yeah.
Things grow like that. in fact, I feel I'm old as compared to the current Instagram generation. Like I just turned 30 and I feel old now because I see what's going on there. I see the amount of money they're earning and I see how fast they're famous. I see how fast the falls are also.
Yeah.
But I think that whole generation's way smarter and they're going to learn a lot more as they go forward.
Well, I don't think it's like it's not time to learn now too. But it just depends on, what they're doing. I have no idea. I don't have that situation at all. I've never had that situation where it's just from here to here. So it's always been this struggle of like moving forward slowly, because if this door closes, I have to find the other door to open.